Hello everyone. So today we're going to be doing a book haul. So I've got all the books that I'm going to be showing you guys here, and these are from the Falling for Fiction book festival that I went to, it was actually 2 months ago, but I never had a chance to film it until now. So I'll show you guys what I went to, the videos I took when I was there. I actually volunteered, so I got free entry. Basically it just meant that I helped set up and everything like that, and it was mainly just crowd control because there was so many people there. I didn't really have to do too much crowd control. Most people were, well, actually everyone was pretty good. It was more just if one author had a line, you had to give them a token or a number to come back later, so there's not too much people in one area. Yeah, so I'll show you the B-roll from that, and then it was basically the Sunshine Coast Falling for Fiction book festival, and they just had a bunch of indie authors from Australia there, and there was a lot of people. Yeah, and it was really good. So I'll show you the B-roll now, and then we will go through all the books.
On fire while the moments fly, colors burst where shadows lie. Ooh. Feel the heat, it's taking hold. Every move is pure gold. We're dancing in the sunshine. Feel the rhythm, lose your mind, and sing in the sunshine. Oh, 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 neon streaks through the afternoon. Day turns night, but it's still in tune. We're alive beneath the moon.
Okay, so the first book that I got was Evergreen by A.L. Rojo. That's it there. And this is just a standalone paranormal romance. The lady, she did have series, another series. I really wanted to get it, but I couldn't get everything, so I just thought I'd just get one standalone from her. And on the back it says basically the main character is an illegitimate daughter and only child to the king, and then when he falls ill she finds that her life is in danger. And then she meets a stranger who gives her the answers to save her father and the kingdom from the chaos that will erupt if he dies. And then she goes on a quest for a cure. Yeah. Oh, and then on her quest she goes to a place that's inhabited by shifters who are said to despise her kind. So I'm guessing it's wolf shifters. I'm not really sure, to be honest, but the other books in this lady's series, they are based on wolf shifters, so actually don't know. Oh, it has all the other series there. I think they're in the same universe, so that was cool. Yeah, this book is cool. And then it came with this. I think this is from this book. I'm actually not too sure. And then I got the bookmark with that. And it says, a hero is someone who can fight through the struggles life throws and still love enough to sacrifice themselves for others. that's that one. And then I'll show you this one because this one is similar. So this one is also a paranormal romance with wolf shifters. It's called Marked by Instinct by Anisa Worthington. And it's about two guys that fall in love at first sight, and one is a shifter and the other one is not, I'm pretty sure. And then I got these two stickers came with it. This one says, "My instinct is you." And this one says, "Fated by blood, bound by stars." And it's got an arrow on it. That's that one. And also the bookmark comes with that. And I got this one in the hardback. This is also just a standalone. This lady, she didn't have any other books. And it's also signed. I think I got most of these signed. Oh, and this one has a playlist. That's those two. Okay, so the next two that I got is book 1 and 2 in a series. The other books in the series aren't out yet, and it's called the Whisper of Shadows. Wait, is that the series? Well, the first book is called Whisper of Shadows and Snakes, and the second one is called Whisper of Shadows and Stone. I think it's called the Whisper of Shadows Saga. And yeah, just book 1 and 2. This one is a YA fantasy, I think. Yeah. And it's about like, it's supposed to be like Avatar and then like a magic school, I think. And like quests and things like that. And this is by J.S. Burns. And apparently he designed these covers as well, which is really cool. Yeah, I found that the most interesting part actually, because they're very pretty. And then I got the bookmark and 2 little maps, I think. I don't know if they're a sticker or what, but that's what they look like. So yeah, and it's kind of supposed to be like Avatar crossed with Lord of the Rings, crossed with like Percy Jackson like type vibes, or like the inspiration for these ones. And also signed. Yeah, if these are good, I will get the next ones in the series. And it's also supposed to be like queer romance. I think the 2 main characters are both guys and they fall in love, I'm pretty sure. Okay, next up we have a dystopian fantasy romance. Book 1 is called, that's book 1, Kissed by the Rift, and book 2 is Broken by the Rift by Jennifer Wchichelo. I don't know how to say that, but these were the first 2 that I saw that I definitely wanted because I love dystopian type books. And I actually didn't really read too much what these are about because I knew I was going to like them. But I do know this is going to be a trilogy, so I'm definitely going to get the next book to complete the series once it's out. And then I got this series. I will show you. I just ended up getting the whole series. It didn't really cost that much, so I just got the whole lot. And this is basically Once Upon a Broken Heart crossed with like Grimm fairy tales retelling. I think it's a little bit like dark fantasy style, and each one is based on like fairy tale retelling, and you do have to read them in order. There's one more book on the end that's the last book in the series, and I have pre-ordered that. That's coming out in October. Yeah, so I'm really excited to read these. I think there's like a lot of like mythical creatures like fairies, mermaids, trolls, witches, that sort of thing. And I love that sort of stuff, so. And and I think this is this is book 1. And then the final book that I got is I think it's science fiction or science fantasy romance, and it's about a girl called Stella, and it says she's seeking nature in a quest for healing. Deep within the forest, she discovers a secret village that no one was meant to find, and then basically she falls in love with the village leader. So that one I also really, this is definitely one of the first ones that I saw that I really knew that I had to get as soon as I read what it was about, and also the cover. I mean, all these covers are really pretty. And yeah. Oh, by Kiki Townley this one was. And I forgot to say, this is by K.E. Barden. And I got these little prints. I don't know if these are actually like from the book. I think they're just random prints. I'm not too sure. But I got those. And that is everything that I got. Yeah, so a couple of these, actually most of these are series except the first 2 that I got. So if they're good, I'll definitely order the next books in the series. And these are all like Australian authors, Australian indie authors. So it's nice to support like Australian authors as well. And yeah, it was honestly a really good time. I definitely go when it happens, if they do another one, which I think they will be. Yeah. James, are you okay? She's sleeping really weird. Let me know which book you think I should read first. I'm probably going to do a reading vlog, reading like just these books specifically. Like all of these. Not all in one, but maybe. Because I do want to get to these sooner rather than later.
The days we were young,